Attention all units, attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct pursuit to a Code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
Delicious again, Peter.
Yes, aloha, Manchester. Welcome to Manchsterdam. Tonight we're very excited because we have a lot of stuff going on tonight. We have a few guests, but we're starting our Candidates for Mayor series here in Manchester, and this is we basically cover municipal elections, Joel. And we have our first guest. He's a candidate for mayor. It's Mr. Jawed Alibaba Shaikh. Am I correct? Is that how you?
That is right.
Okay, thank you so much. I looked it up.
Thank you.
No, I wanted to pronounce it right. I really did. So thank you so much for coming in tonight. I'm going to ask you right off the bat, why do you want to run for mayor?
Well, thank you, Peter, for having me in the show.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Manchester. I came in the city of Manchester in 2000 for the hope and a dream to do something with my life and bring my life to next level. I started working as a minimum wages employee, worked night shifts, day shifts, whatever it took to save some money so I can start my own business. So in a year, I saved enough money so I could start my own business. So from that business, I took that business to nationwide. And while I was doing a business, I was accepted in Harvard University to do my master's in business management. And that was my family's dream, to go to Harvard.
Wow.
So I've been in the city for past 15 years, and I have seen several sides of the city. Working from minimum wage to owning my own business, hiring hundreds of employees, and working with beautiful people in the city of Manchester. Today, I am not happy with the city. What I see the city is unfortunate that people are dying here every day from heroin overdose.
Yep.
The kids don't have a good future because our school system is failing them. Our teachers are working second shifts because they cannot make their ends meet. We can do better than this.
I think we can too. I think we've all seen a change in the city. Even in, like you said, you came in 2000, the year 2000?
Yes, year 2000.
Okay, 15 years ago, and I've lived in the city my whole life, and I can also, you can see the change.
Yeah. But I want to see the positive change. I want to see the kids becoming future leaders, not dying from heroin.
Right, no one wants to see
Well,
that.
that's a big difference. The trouble is, heroin is not touching just the derelicts. It's also touching the regular people, which is the saddest thing for me, because I know 6 people who have already died from that drug. But, how do you try and fix that problem?
Well, we have to come together as a community. Mayor's office. As a mayor, what I will do is put a task force together, not whole police department working to fix the heroin issue.
Right.
Because when I talk to the police chief, 80% of their time is try to take care of this problem.
Right.
And that's
Right.
not right. If you talk to business owners, some household, if they have a crime in the area, it's hard for police to do everything at the same time. So what I propose in the city, we must have a task force that involves a mayor's office, police department, other agencies involved, and as a community leader, the neighborhood watch, faith
Right.
group, and we have to bring all the resources together. We have a mental health department that doesn't cure for this problem, even though they have hundreds of beds. They will only cure if the person is mentally ill and have
Right.
a addiction problem.
You're right.
So we have to bring we have the resources, but what we don't have is right leadership that can bring everything together on one table. That leadership, if the leadership is not welcoming and confronting, then that is a problem.
It is.
Then you cannot solve, because everything you can solve from top to bottom. It cannot go from bottom to top.
No,
You're right.
So what we need, a leader who is a servant. Because if you don't know how to serve the community, you should not be in the office.
I agree.
Since I was a kid, I have served my whole life in many ways. If I had $2 in my pocket, I gave $1 away to a poor who cannot eat. And today in city of Manchester, 15% of our population is below poverty level. They don't know where the next meal is coming from. That is a problem. Our kids do not know, some of our kids do not know how to read and write in our school system. That child is not my child, but it's concerning to me. What are we producing? Yesterday I was having a conversation with a science teacher of 7th grade class.
Okay.
He was telling me he has some of the kids in his class, they don't know how to see a time in wall clock. If a 7th grade student do not know how to see a time in a wall clock, how he or she is gonna learn the science in the class? That's
you're
bothering. That's a problem, and that should be concern for all of us. So we
I think
have
we're
to-
all concerned.
It's just like the kids that can't count change back to you. Are you kidding me? They have to see it. Oh, the change is $3.14.
Well, I have a hard time doing that too. I don't think I can count change.
Oh, you're full of baloney.
Well, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm pretty good with money.
Well, of course, you're Jewish.
That's it.
Get
that's right.
over that, will you? For crying out
That's
loud?
my point.
We're trying to we're trying to say what the problem is over there, Moose, for crying out loud.
So to solve all these problems, there's always a solution. What I have seen in the city, either it's a leadership or followers, they all talk about problems.
Right.
When I was taking a leadership class from Colin Powell, he gave me a leadership class in
You know
2006.
Colin Powell? You met
Yes,
him?
yeah. I
Oh,
met
very
him.
good.
He gave me a 101 class on leadership in 2006.
Really? A
I
one-on-one
went to
class?
Harvard.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Just you and him?
Me and him and a few other, but I was like 101 talking.
Oh, okay. I understand.
So the Colin Powell, you know what? The good leaders are those who create good followers. This is what he told me.
Yeah.
But what I see here is the leadership is not engaged in a positive way to solve the problem. When I met with a lot of departments here, I will not mention the names of people,
Okay.
but
Let me ask you this. How were you treated when you went into you told me you were running for mayor. How were you treated when you went into some of these departments?
everybody was nice.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
But they don't seem to have any problem because they're getting paid, a lot of money, and most
Right.
of them, they don't live here in the city. So to them, the problem is not very dear and near to them.
Right. They come to the city to work and they go home to the suburbs to live.
So as a mayor, my goal will be to encourage every city employee to live in the city of Manchester and have skin in the game.
Yep.
If
That's been an issue in the past in this town,
Yeah.
especially with the last police chief, I guess.
Even way back.
A lot of people. I mean,
Principals had to
Got
live in the
Assistant
city. Oh, yeah.
Superintendent Dave, I forget his last name, but
but does it matter
Ryan.
that
Dave
they
Ryan,
live in?
thanks.
Because you know what? If you're paying these, you're saying if you're paying these city employees a good wage, they should live in the city and be part of the tax structure, be part of the the whole economy in the city.
Yeah, then our per capita income will increase. We'll see a difference in the city if everybody's living in the city. If our teachers, our principals we have 1,000 teachers. If they live in the city, it will make a difference.
Right.
So we have to come together.
Still tough to do that because
We have to provide incentive because incentive drive behavior. In some of the cities in the country,
you give an incentive, they might do it, but
Well,
Don here is
tough.
he's a retired
Tough.
teacher. How many years?
34.
34 years.
so you know everything,
Yeah, I've been around.
He knows everything, all right.
I've been around though. I've
you've been
through-
around all right.
I've been through a few superintendents, a few mayors, and
Few wives.
no.
That's not very nice.
I'll be married 46 years this year.
kidding,
Sam. I'm
just
Don't make
joking,
me
Sam.
jack you right away.
Just,
Oh, my God.
Just kidding, Sammy.
and
That was
another
just a joke.
It was.
And another thing I would like to mention is we must have accountability in every department, for every department head and every employee. If we
Right.
don't make people accountable, then we will not go anywhere.
No, that's very true.
Yeah.
Accountability is number one because if they're there doing the job, then they're there. But you can't have any gray area with that kind of crapola. I understand that definitely.
And we have to come out of shifting blames, because if we just keep shifting blames, people who are not successful and achieved in life, it's very easy for them to shift blame.
Right.
Peter did this wrong.
I didn't do anything.
You did this wrong.
Oh no, Moose
Yeah,
definitely
Moose
did it
is-
wrong.
So we have to come out of that. This is not a high school game. We are
No,
talking
no.
about the future of our kids.
Well, if
The
you grew up in Manchester your whole life, it's kind of like high school all the time. No, just kidding.
So let me ask you this question. If you get elected in November, you're in office 100 days, what would you like to accomplish at those 100 days? I'm asking this to every candidate that comes on Amsterdam. So you're in office for 100 days. What would you like to accomplish in your first 100 days in office?
First and foremost, I will make sure we audit every single department, that where the money is being spent and who is accountable and who is not accountable. So accountability, and are we rationalizing our city's assets, or we are just wasting city's money, our taxpayers' money. So these will be my most important thing. And then, it'll be all small steps, okay? Education and youth empowerment will be my another most important, because what I have seen is our school are ranking really low in the whole state, and that's not acceptable. Most of our city's money goes to schools. We have to transform that, whatever it takes. Either we need to hire more teachers or train teachers on a different technology or different tools. We have to bring that in a better shape. If we cannot do that, then we are, as a city, we'll be failed city. Then safety is another issue. So I will make sure our police has enough resources so we can secure the city as far as heroin, crime, whatever concerns my citizens.
Right.
I'll make sure that is being taken care of. And then I'll make sure we have a vision for infrastructure and for our youth empowerment. Because if a child, he don't want to go to school, we should have something for that child. He might end up becoming an entrepreneur. We must capitalize on every children's capability. If we don't do that,
basically, you're saying you care about the kids.
I do care about kids. I care about you too, Peter.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you, John Wayne. I also care about you too, sir.
Oh,
Well,
so we got a little mutual.
Well, the new high school, they made the Voc Ed. They
Right.
finally come back.
It's doing well.
Which I thought, when they got rid of that, I said, how stupid is that? Because every kid can't go through regular. They need to have that vocational so they can latch onto something to make them have, something positive in their life that they want to get behind and move on to. You know what I mean? So when Bush came back with the No Child Left Behind, are you kidding me? Of course there's going to be a child left behind.
I was
because
left behind,
every
T.
kid can't do it. Oh, you weren't. You was, guy.
Oh, I vote for that. He was.
I will.
Oh, jeepers. But, that kind of thing can't happen. You have to have a spectrum of education so every kid has an opportunity to get into what they want to get into and have an opportunity to try something so they can rise. That's what I'm saying.
It's a very good point. What we have to do is, if something is working, it's a magic, okay? We have to multiply that. So I
like the word magic.
Yes.
Hey, the United States of America is magic and opportunity, and it's an American dream. And if I achieve my American dream with hard work, I want to make sure every kid in the city of Manchester achieve that dream.
Right.
And fulfill their dream. Whatever it takes, I will make sure I will empower them. Because if I empower, what I learned, why I brought the Colin Powell example, what he said is, good leaders are those who create good followers. Right there and then, I figured it out. I said, I will be the leader who create good leaders, not just followers.
Right. You're right. That sounds great.
So then I will share another example that I learned in Harvard. A lot of companies, when they are failing, there was one company in Japan. It was a multi-billion-dollar company. It was failing, so they hire consultants from BCG or some other company.
I guess it wasn't Sony, huh?
Well, then we would have asked Steve Jobs, but he's not anymore,
Right.
So anyway, so they hire a consultant from BCG, and the group of consultants went there, and they will, analyze the company. They will open everything up, see, what's good, what's bad. So what they figured out, they were doing something really good in the company. So all that consultant told them, this thing that you are doing, that's working, right? I said, yeah, that's working. He said, just do more of that. So after 6 months, the same consultant went back, and the company was whole transformed, making a lot of more money. Everything is good. So they asked him, what did you guys do? He said, what did you say? Just do more.
Right.
So we have to just do more what is good,
Right.
and stop talking negative things and
Speaking of
transform the
speaking
city
of
of
negative
Manchester.
things, John Wayne, I wanted to, and we talked a little bit about this before the show, but on Monday, conservative talk show host Rich Gerard had a whole segment on your campaign, which I found kind of offensive. Basically, he said you sent out a letter to your campaign, and I'm going to quote him. It was what he predicted, that you were going for the so-called brown vote, which, like I said, I found offensive, and he explained it. What I mean by brown, quote, Rich Gerard, what I mean by brown vote is people of color. I could not believe what I was. Someone pointed me in the direction. I do not listen to Rich's show.
did.
I don't listen to Rich's show.
That's why he's been a peck ahead for a long time.
But he said that, and what I wanted to say, and what first came into my mind, was that this city, over 160 years old, has always had different people coming in from different areas. Immigrants coming in, Irish people, Greek people. Later in, I mean.
Well, now we got Dominicans, Congolese,
No, but it's been happening for
Sudanese,
years.
and
That's
you
what I'm
got every
saying.
flavor
And
in the world.
For him to say that,
That's
I was
terrible.
just disgusted. It's disgusting.
That's-
This guy has his head so
let me
far
tell
up
you.
his
Let me
ass.
tell you one thing, Peter.
It gets me. I'm so frustrated.
bad is
Okay,
that?
let me tell you one thing. Like you said, the city has been diverse for 100 plus years.
Oh yeah.
We are not white, brown, or black Manchester.
You're right.
We are not an Asian or Latino Manchester. We might have a lot of communities, but we are one community, one people, one Manchester.
That's very
And
nice.
That's how we are strong. Yes, in the United States of America, you have freedom of choice, freedom of speech.
You're right.
But yet, there is a common sense I think we all should use when we talk.
Thank you very much for saying common sense, sir.
Yes,
There
'cause that's
should
what-
be. There should
Who
be.
is the- I don't
Obviously, he don't get it. Jeepers
Well, I'm
creepers.
not criticizing anybody. I'm just saying in generally, we all, if we use common sense, we will be successful city. And like I said earlier, we should always talk positive about our city. If something is good, we should multiply that 10 times, 100 times. If our kid is excelling, we don't have we should focus on programming, finding good programs for them. I will tell you another example. I was in 6th grade class in one of the school in the city of Manchester. I went to a lot of schools and talked to teachers and students. I asked the students, how many of you want to become a doctor? I think 80% of kids, raise their hand, I want to become a doctor. And I asked him, where would you go to become a doctor? I said, some of the kids said Elliott Hospital. Some of the kids said SNHU. The teacher and principal started laughing. But there was no smile on my face.
Right.
I was concerned. This is concern to me that our kids, it tells me that our kids do not have a right path in our school system, that if they want to become a doctor, engineer, scientist, they don't know how to do that.
Right.
Right.
The
So then
focus.
I told them, what if I bring medical school in the city of Manchester? How many of you want to be doctor then? Every single kid, I think there was 25, 27 kids in the class, every single kid raised their hand. And then I asked them, what you want the name of the school to be? So the one girl, she named her name. I want, that. So this is concerning to me. We should focus on these issues. We should stop talking about. We should stop criticizing. We should stop shifting blames. That should be old school game. If we want to transform the city, we have to turn the city around. We should all come together as one community, not this community here, this community here. This is not the way we will move forward.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I
I,
think
want to
that's
say
a
that
great-
you're kicked
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
You kicked
Great
off.
job.
I'm going to give you a few more minutes before we send you off. But I want to thank you for coming on and kicking off our Candidates for Mayor series. That's one thing we're going to do here on the show is we're going to include everybody that's involved. Not just so and so and so and so and so and so, and you guys all know who all those so and so's are. So, but Glenn Willett is going to be coming up. We're going to have Joyce Craig, Patrick Arnold, and Mayor Ted Gatzis to finish it up.
No, but
I'm going to give him a few more minutes, and then we're going to have our next guest on, Michael Martineau. So, if you want to say, you got a few seconds left. If you want to get your message out, do it in like the next 2 minutes, and we'll have to say we got big Mikey Martineau waiting to come on.
So in the end, I would like to say to my viewers in Manchester that do we participate in politics of favoritism or politics of hope? I choose hope over favoritism. The hope of young student pursuing their dreams. The hope for person who can find a better job in the city of Manchester. They hope to raise family in a safe environment and safe community. They hope for an immigrant kid that someday call himself Alibaba and serve people in a meaningful way from bottom of his heart. This is the promise we need to keep. This is the change we need right now in the city of Manchester. I want to see the city become a beacon of light, illuminating our hopes and dreams. So vote for hope on September 15th and vote from your heart, and make sure vote for Alibaba so we can turn the city around. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Wish you the best, my
Great.
friend.
You know,
Thank you
Yes,
so
good
much.
luck. Good luck in the election. We'll be
Great
seeing
job.
you on the campaign trail. John, is there something you could put up, like a, I don't know, something while we switch, like we're taking a break or something?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you're the best, pal. John O'Neill, everybody, is run. You know, he's out in the back doing the stuff.
with
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Yes, thank you.
All right, wow, that was great. That kicked off our series, the candidates for mayor in Manchester, New Hampshire, and that was
He represented himself fantastic.
I
thought he was
very
great.
good. I thought he was very good too.
Very
guys.
good.
Very
Very
good.
good.
You think
Yeah.
you-
I
yeah.
was. You know what? I was very surprised.
Why?
I was.
Well, you don't know the guy. You know what I mean? You don't know the guy at all. For him to come in and, be so solid with his beliefs and where he's going with the mayor electoral, election is fantastic.
Well, that was
very good.
Jawed Alibaba Shaikh, and he's a
Yep.
candidate for mayor in Manchester, New Hampshire. Now we're going to move on to our. He's a fan of the show. He's been asking to come on for a long time, and we finally let him. No, just kidding. But we met him. We saw him at Magapalooza, and we talked to him a little bit. And here he is tonight. It's Mr. Michael Martineau.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show, man.
Yep.
What's going on?
Nothing much, just celebrating my 21st birthday yesterday and enjoying life.
You're
Nice.
25.
21.
Oh, you're 21.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice. The big. How's it feel to be 21?
It feels pretty good now that I can drink anymore. I haven't had my first official drink yet, so.
You know what?
Take your time.
Why
Yeah, take-
bother?
Don't rush into it. Don't rush into it. You know what I mean?
Otherwise, you're going to end up like us, and I guarantee you don't want to do that.
No, you look like Joel.
You know, this isn't the first time that he's been on Channel 23. He's been on another station, Further Review.
Yep.
With,
Not a station, another show.
well,
This one's for Mikey right here.
Now,
Yeah. Mike, this is a girl that was over at the beer fest this past weekend, and I don't know. I thought she was going to break that dress.
she looks marvelous.
Gee, you missed out.
I was busy.
as a matter of fact, she went to Central and she was asking for you.
Yeah, well, I've had a long. I've been dealing with my mother, so thank you for the prayers out there, people who sent.
Oh, I didn't know, T.
Thank you for the prayers that people
didn't tell
sent
me.
for my mom. So
Yeah, I just found out tonight that this all stems from a bee sting, correct?
yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
you told me about it last week.
yeah, it's very. So anyway, she's doing better, and we want to thank everybody for the prayers. My brother's in town tomorrow.
Of
Nice.
course, he always comes in
So
on
we-
Thursday. But
so
so
we
back
got
to your
to-
mom.
Yeah.
Let's send out prayers to T's mom.
Yep.
I mean,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
I was like, wow, I didn't know.
Yep.
And talk to
Thank you very much. But
She's the sweetest lady. Me and Joel shoveled her roof
we
off
do.
this past winter.
you might be hired this winter.
All right, hey, I hope she's probably making banana bread.
I wish
Plenty
she
of
was.
breads.
I wish she was.
So, Mike, you work at the Fisher Cats game?
Yeah, I work for the food service company, professional sports catering. I work in the home plate concession stand doing front of house and back of the house stuff.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
Now, how many years have been employed by the Fisher Cats?
This has been my first season being employed with them.
Okay. So if you want to go back next year, you got to fill out the application, or they call you?
I just have to send an email early spring before the season, and they'll rehire me right away.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
That's
So
cool,
you're,
man.
You're locked in.
Yeah.
That's
but
the way to go.
you get to see you're friends with Bob Stanley.
Not yet.
No? Do you walk up to him and say, "Hey, Steamer, what's up?"
He will eventually.
Yeah, eventually I will.
Oh, yeah.
This was at the Fisher Cats game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, wow. What? How do you know that?
What happened? The kid threw up?
Mikey, what happened there?
Was that your first? You had your first drink at the Fisher Cat Stadium?
No, there's
No.
no drinks yet.
No.
Oh,
You
that's
have
not you,
nothing
Mike?
yet.
That's not me.
Okay,
No.
That's not even that.
that's fine. That's fine.
You know-
I wouldn't admit it either, Mike.
Fisher Cats won today.
Yep.
They're in the hunt, 2.5 games out of first place.
Yep. In the Eastern Division, so hopefully if they keep winning and win on the road, they'll make the playoffs for the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's cool.
Yeah, great stadium. I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
if anybody out there has not
Listen.
been to a Fisher
Listen.
Cap game yet, go.
You guys got to hear
Because
this
they do
story.
such a great job. A great job. You
gonna
have to
bring
love
something
it.
up
My
real
mother
quick,
even
Joel.
went to
Okay,
it.
okay.
So go ahead.
Ryan
Go.
Gorman made us press passes 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Okay, press passes with on lanyards.
Oh, yeah.
They look
Look
they're the real
official.
deal.
Yeah.
He uses it to get in Fisher Cats games. And what is it? 2 years ago, who was there?
Jacoby
Jacoby Ellsbury
yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the press box, like 2 feet away from him, with the union leader guy, all the other sports guys around town.
Yeah, that was downstairs in the press room because he was
Right.
doing an interview.
Yeah, he
because
got
he
the-
was because
Right.
he was on like a rehab assignment.
Yeah.
and he was headed back to Fenway Park the next day.
Yeah.
So here he is right here, and I'm right here, and just
Yeah, we took
shooting the
pictures.
breeze
It's
with
hilarious.
him, and all the local.
He's a great kid,
all
isn't
the
he?
local sports.
Now, do you
TV
realize
was there, and
he was just on ESPN for the highlights? Because the last game he played, he ran to the right, made an unbelievable catch. Then he ran all the way to the left and made that catch was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I just opened up the phone lines.
Two catches in one game, unbelievable.
I'll close him back up.
Still good.
Thanks, John.
yeah.
So, Mike,
Yeah.
what's going on? What made you want to come on the show tonight?
I've been a big fan of you guys. I've been watching you since the season premiere. I stay up every Wednesday night to watch you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, man.
Yep. I enjoy watching you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I had seen you before I knew you. I had seen you on Bear and the Big Guy
Yep.
after further review.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about Mike Doyle?
Yeah, he's such a character, and we get along fine. And yeah,
Does he invite you over to the house to go swimming?
no,
Oh, jeez.
Looks like
I don't
Mike
get that either.
yeah,
It
Me
looks
and
like
Joe got invited. We haven't been, but we got invited once.
looks like Mike Doyle going to be using the credit card this time again to treat the boys because the Red Sox are 15 games out. So it looks like dinner on Mr. Doyle.
There's problems.
Hey, that was
Problems.
fun at the Puritan that time.
Yeah, it
Mike
was.
Mike took us to the
Oh, yeah.
Puritan because it was
Yeah.
a bet,
Yeah.
and we had a good time.
As a matter of fact, it's so hot tonight. I just might call him after the show and fire up the Bobby. And he has a heated pool, which you don't need tonight, obviously. And maybe we'll go a little swim
What
tonight.
was Mike's favorite Manchsterdam?
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
But you're
What was your
involved-
favorite Manchsterdam, Mike? Sorry, T.
my favorite Manchsterdam. I would say the Magapalooza special because my younger sister was very good friends with Maggie,
wow.
I'm good friends with the family. So
Okay, yeah.
That's fun.
That's great. That was a sad story, but
Yep.
they're making it turning it into a
Yep.
very good thing and helping a lot of people over there at Maggie's Beat.
yep,
Yeah.
yes we are.
Now,
Very-
are you involved in HTI softball?
Yes, I am. I'm the team manager for the past 2 years.
Excellent.
Coach Kelly Finnegan, a Central grad.
Oh yeah, Kerry's great.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was my JV coach for basketball when I was there a couple years ago.
Exactly.
So when I made my decision to go to NHI, he said, "Want to come up and manage the softball team?" I'm like, "Sir," and I've been doing that for the past 2 years. We've had 2 great seasons. We made the Nationals the past 2 years for the first time ever. Finished 7th last year, then we came in 4th this year.
Fantastic.
That's amazing, man. No, always sports for you? Were you always a sports fan?
Yeah, I've always been a sports fan. I managed Central basketball for 4 years. I was
Yeah.
varsity cheerleader my senior year. Girls varsity tennis manager my senior year under Doc Wheeler. So
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, what is your favorite? What sport do you like to root? Do you like basketball, football? I mean, what's your favorite?
I like them all. It's like, but
Yeah, you're like me. You gotta like them all.
like them all. Depends on the season. If it's springtime, I'm more softball, winter basketball, and then fall, usually football.
Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't like football?
Well, you know, and today,
Joe's a Yankees fan.
yeah, huge Yankee
Yeah.
fan out there. I
Well,
look great
he
in the
has
camera when I
personal
say
problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up to that, Mike?
Yeah.
That. Yeah, I look.
You're
I know
a
you're
Yankee
from
fan?
Chelsea, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
I look
yeah.
right in that camera here, camera number 1, that I am a huge Yankee fan.
I think everyone knows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
You know, it
if
doesn't
I-
matter what camera you look in, you big loaf.
Well, I'm just saying. But you know
Crying
what?
out
I heard
loud.
Leo Bernier is a huge Red Sox fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? For $10, the best money you can get. Why go to Fenway Park where the Fisher Cats are 2.5 games out? It's getting exciting. There's
Yep.
only a few
Oh,
more
very good.
home games left.
Yep.
And hey, I like to see a nice playoff game right here in Manchester.
Yes, I would. Me too. Because I'll get to work it, so more money for me.
Yeah, there you
there
go,
you
brother.
go.
Way to think.
Yeah.
Way to think. That's beautiful.
Any plans of an All-Star game coming back to New Hampshire? Have you heard anything about that?
I have not heard anything. It's on a rotating basis, so I know we hosted it back in 2011. So hopefully next couple of years we'll have it again.
That event had almost 8,500 people.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that
probably
was
so-
that was huge
Yeah.
for the city of Manchester.
Pretty huge, huh, Moose?
It was very huge.
Yes.
Big, yeah, bigger than his nose.
Moose, open up the phone lines.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we got Mike on. Before we had Alibaba, if I'm pronouncing it right, for mayor. Give us a call at 413-0223. Pick up the phones. Don't be shy out there, Manchester.
Yeah.
Hey, hey.
I thought we'd hear from, the hump woman herself, Camel, and the lovely Rosa. I thought we might hear from them already. But,
Yeah, they
you
haven't
know.
called in a few weeks.
Oh, yeah, well, she's been busy. She's
Well, you know
got
what?
things
It's a
going
hot
on,
summer,
you know.
sultry night. You know what
It
people
is.
do during hot summer, sultry
You know?
nights.
I
They
mean,
get it on.
Rachel
With
and Brian, who we
Manchsterdam,
want to
tonight
say
at
hi
10.
to also, and Mrs. McNally's watching the show again. My mother still doesn't understand why she loves it so much, and I said, Mom, if you didn't have such bad hearing, you'd love it too.
Yeah, we went to the heroin forum last night, and people were.
That was tough.
Someone came up to us.
That was tough.
I'm not gonna say his name, but I goes, "Oh, I love the show. Watch it all the time."
Yeah.
So it was really nice to
Over
hear.
200 people were there.
Yeah, we were. I was there. We were there.
Yeah,
we were
that's
there,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. My brother-in-law, Brian McNally, went there too. He's the sports guy for Andover, Massachusetts, and he came up to that forum because the same.
No, it was a
problem
big deal. It was
happening
great to
down
see
there, too.
everyone
Yeah, it
turn
was.
out for that.
Unbelievable. It's
It
unbelievable.
was great
you
to
know?
see everyone turn out for that.
Yeah.
If anybody was at that event, give us a call and weigh in on that. So
And don't
it's,
forget, Dan is having a big birthday. He's turning 65. Dan and Z-Man, they watch the show all the time. And I told Dan tonight, don't forget, you are so lucky because you have the same birthday as Professor Irwin Corey, who turned 101 today.
well,
and
happy
he
birthday,
said,
Dan.
of course, Dan says, I don't want to make it that long.
You've really done your research.
Nah, I'm regular. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
Mike, what'd you think about Alibaba Shaikh?
He's a good candidate. It's going to be even race all through, and cannot wait to vote on the 15th.
Yeah, where do you vote?
I vote in Ward 1, so I vote at Webster School.
Okay, cool. Over there in Ward 1.
Yeah, we're at Webster School, okay?
Hello, Ward 1.
My brother-in-law, Skeeter, had a Trans Am, okay? And so we're going to somebody's house, and all of a sudden he pulls in to Webster School. And he goes, "What this?" So he's, doing a little Trans Am stuff, and he hits the school. That hurts your car. That definitely hurts your car when you hit a school. Oh, he never lived that one down. He never lived that one down.
Who is this you're talking about?
Skeeter.
Skeeter?
Oh, yeah. The youngest of 7. I married the oldest, my wife, Sam. He's the
Oh,
youngest.
okay.
Yeah.
Skeeter?
And he'll tell you, I'm a Class L champ. It's it's central.
He has a Letterman sweater.
Oh, yeah. But, oh, my freaking word.
Speaking of Letterman sweaters, I watched Happy Days last night on Me Too.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
It's great. Like, I'm falling in love with it again.
Oh, it's still the greatest show. One of the greatest shows.
It was weird, 'cause
It's most hilarious all the time. The humor is all upbeat, and everything's regular. You know what I mean?
Do you know what Happy Days is, Mike?
No.
Happy Days was a show in the 1970s. And it starred Henry Winkler.
Yeah,
And
who is Fonzie?
Fonzie. You know who
And-
Fonzie is?
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. That's right.
Richie Cunningham.
Thumbs
It
up.
was Ron Howard, Oh, yeah.
Ron Howard is a famous movie director and producer.
Well, he was Opie first.
Well, of
Don't
course
forget,
he was.
Andy Griffith.
Every Tuesday for the past month or more, at 9:10, my phone buzzes off and it's Peter. Texts me, "Happy Days." Every Tuesday, never
Nice.
fails. Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. Well, now you
Well,
know.
Well,
well,
I think that, maybe I'll buzz
Yeah.
you later in the week and say, hey, hope you're still awake.
well, Joel's kind of like the Potsy of the group.
Oh, of course he is. Are you kidding me?
Potsy.
I like Potsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one. He was one of my favorites. Put it that way. Potsy.
Oh, yeah.
But
At one time.
Yeah, I mean, great show. I mean, it is still a great show.
Oh, that
Makes me laugh.
it'll
No, it's off
never,
the air.
ever.
It's not on anymore.
Oh, okay.
It'll
just on
never,
the
ever
reruns.
die.
Yeah.
Never, ever die. So we got Dave Vincent and Gary are watching tonight, too, because they wanted to see Alibaba.
Right,
and see
as
what was
everyone
going on.
did.
So we had to say hi to them also to make sure they knew that, if they're awake, they probably might have, hit their heads and fallen down. We're not sure, but
I thought Alibaba was great tonight. I thought
I
it
was
great.
most surprised of how he was ready to go with what his stature was, what his focus was, and how he wants the city of Manchester to move forward, and which is, I think that's a good lesson for you, Moose.
Oh,
Hey,
thanks.
I wanted to give a message to Glenn Willett because I don't know how to get a hold of him. But if he wants to come on next week, we'd love to have him and continue our Candidates for Mayor series here and on Manchester.
Well, you might see him tomorrow because you're hosting Ward 13 with Bill Barry tomorrow. So
Bill Barry to the rescue!
you might
Bill
fit
Barry
that.
to the rescue! Go, Bill Barry, go!
I like that song. Do you know who Bill Barry is?
Ward 10 Alderman.
Yeah,
Very
watch
good,
out for
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
The best of the best. Bill
He's
Barry.
got some sneaky signs up, too.
He's-
I don't know if
yeah.
you know.
Bill Barry is one of Alibaba's 40 thieves.
Oh, my gosh.
40 what? He's what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
All right, I'd
Do
like
you guys think Phil Crosdale is over in Massabesic Lake trying to cool off right now?
No. No, he's got his toes at home.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got his toes at home because, it's already,
Do you think he
10:30.
swims in the lake secretly?
Everyone does.
I bet he does it on his lunch hour, though.
We did it.
Yeah.
when we were kids. That was the thing. Could you swim in there and not get caught?
Now we're all sick because you swam in it.
Oh yeah, it must have been my genes. Only because Muckler.
Well, my cousin Kevin and Steve are here tonight in the studio audience.
Hey,
And
cousin Kevin and Steve,
me
rock on!
and Kev used to go out. Well, we all three of us and his sister too, Jennifer. We used to go out fishing at Masterbeast Lake
Sure.
a lot. Like back in this, it's changed since then.
Yeah.
But in our teens, me and Kevin went out there with BB guns, and we would throw like a can into. We went to Clark's Pond, which is out.
I know what
off.
Clark's is, yeah.
Okay, and we
Hold
throw it
that
in the
thought,
pond.
Mr. Peter.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
A caller.
yeah, first tonight on Amsterdam.
Tell the story another time then.
What? You know what that is? It's all on the hump day.
Thank you very much for bringing that up.
How's it going?
Mr. Doyle speaking.
Yes, sir.
Now,
How are ya?
we could tell who it was there, you wacko.
Hey, listen, Moose, I'm going to give you a break here, right? Being a friend. We're friends now, right?
Right.
Yes.
We made a nice little we made a wager between us at the beginning of the year.
Oh.
And me being a friend, I'm going to let you off the hook if you want to get off at this point.
And what are you proposing?
No, just I'm going to let you off the hook. You know the Sox are going to make a comeback, right? Go by the Yankees.
I doubt that very much. It's over.
I think hey, in all honesty, I think I'd rather have the NHTI girls softball team playing at Fenway.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Moose, couple of things. In all seriousness, what are your three? What are you going to run? What are your three platform items that every candidate has? What are you going to do? What do you want to do?
That's a great question for this candidate.
You could have a genie in a bottle. What three things would you want to accomplish?
Well, first of all, we got to solve the big heroin problem here, the big drug problem. That's the number one issue right now. The second, there's no doubt in my mind, is crime. Seems like there's like 7 or 8 places getting held up every day. Also, education, very, very important. Next Tuesday, the vote on the teacher's contract.
Yep.
So that's going to be, it's a do or die situation. If they reject that, I don't know. If I was on the board, Mike, I would vote yes on that contract because I was a teacher and I know what it's like.
He struggled,
to
Mike.
go out having not a contract for 3 years and not having a raise. So I know what they're going through because those teachers got to. They're just like us. They got to pay rent, mortgage, food. They got to buy clothing. So they have to pass.
Pay
that.
the X.
So those are my 3 accomplishes if I was on the board. Hopefully to
There
be
you
on
go.
the board. Yeah.
Sounds good. Listen, if you happen to not do well in the, Trump's still looking for a VP candidate, so don't give up. You never know.
No, you could go the hair, no hair. That would be the greatest matchup for crying out loud.
Well,
All right.
well,
I'll talk to you guys later. Tell Martineau to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, Michael, we need you on the show doing a little sports thing. So think about when you want to come on and talk sports. There, you wise guy.
what are you going to bury the guy for?
Gotta nail him.
Why?
You know.
It's fun.
Hey, if RJ doesn't come on next week, maybe we'll get Mike on the show next week.
No, Mike's doesn't want
Who
to
the
come
hell
on.
is RJ?
Yeah, who's RJ?
RJ, Glenn, or what?
No, it's Glenn.
RJ, you what?
Whatever.
Oh,
If he wants to come on, I
easy
wish-
Archie Bunker over here. Oh, whatever. Is it Fletcher? No, it's Felcher. Get over it.
Yeah.
Oh God. So I wrote this little ditty.
Oh yeah, we have T-isms
It's-
tonight. Hey, you guys want to come out?
Yeah, you guys gotta come up.
Just come
Yeah,
out and
come
sit
on
here
in.
for a sec.
Come
We'll just
on in, come on in.
we're wrapping the show up in a few minutes.
Yeah, come on.
Well,
in.
we have like 9 minutes, but
Hey,
you can
bring
just
on
chill.
the cousins for crying out loud. Why not?
I'm going to come next
Oh.
to the PE teacher.
Hey, we actually have something. We have a surprise for. Good to see you and good to see
Good to
you.
see you.
Yeah, just do that, Steve. So we have a surprise for you, T.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
good.
T.
Yeah, these
you've
two
been
are
on
gonna
the-
kick your ass.
You've been
No,
on.
I'm just kidding.
You've been
I know
on.
kung fu.
You've
Here
been
you
on. you've been on the Manchsterdam show for 2 years now. We love you. The callers love you. And thanks for the voters that voted for us for runner-up on a hippo. I'd like to present this award to Don T. Tibbetts tonight.
What the heck is this? Oh, and you have to love this. This is wrapped in the Union Leader.
Yeah, Shirley did all the wrapping. She bought
You
the
have
frames.
to realize that my father wrote for the Union Leader under the dome for 27 years.
Wow.
So the Union Leader and us, we have a little thing going. And so I will unwrap this. And, whoa. Whoa.
Oh yeah, we
Best
all.
locally produced TV show.
Yeah, that was a letter sent
Oh,
by
from the
Frank
Congress.
Ginter.
Well, that,
Oh, Frank Ginter.
Well, that's a letter
To
congratulating us for
Jason
the
Cody,
award.
who's the number one,
He's the number one guy here.
he's the number one guy here.
Executive producer.
For recognizing,
Hi,
very
Jason.
nice, very Amsterdam, and it's, you gotta love the lingo. And here it is. Oh, thank you very much. Amsterdam, here we are, runner-up again for the Hippo Press. Thank you.
There you go, 3 years in a row.
Oh, look at the zoom in by John Eric
Wow.
O'Neill.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I will be hanging this up in my living room. And
So-
thank you very much.
So
Oh, you
congrats
guys, thank
to the
you much.
voters that voted for us and for you, T.
It's in 2 colors too. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
They spend money.
Yes. It's very
And I
trippy.
love this too, the Congress thing.
That's a letter from Congress.
yeah,
and-
you can't believe it.
Yeah.
So
And if you notice, you can't see it, but Frank Ginter, the way he writes his name, it's not Ginter, it's Minter. He writes it with an M. You wonder why the man has problems, because he's thinking of money all the time. He can't even spell his own name, the poor guy.
Well, maybe that's a
But,
G
you know.
in his own. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
very-
well, what do you think? He's not even
Wait
Greek.
a second.
What the
That
heck
doesn't.
is
That
that?
says John Eric O'Neill. Hold
No,
on.
what-
That's John
Hey,
Eric O'Neill's
hey.
handwriting.
So I just want to make one point. I just want to
Thank you very much. I appreciate this immensely.
I just want to thank my honey Shirley. She put that all together for
Oh,
all
thanks,
the guys.
Shirls.
So
Every time I hear the
good
word
job.
Shirley, I want to do the name game.
She's a hot ticket. I'll tell you.
I
that.
do.
She is. Yeah.
Oh my
she's,
God.
So amazing! Wow, what a great night! I want to thank our guest tonight, Jawed Alibaba Shaikh, for coming on and kicking off our candidates for mayor series here. Looking forward to have Patrick Arnold, Joyce Craig, Glenn R.J. Willett, and Mayor Ted Gatzis. And that's all coming up in the next few weeks before the primary. Remember, Manchester, there's a primary here in September.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the
September
cousins
15th.
for being here.
Oh, they're gonna. I know.
Peter White,
Well, I want
that's
to say
beautiful.
I wasn't done, T.
Mike Martineau.
Yeah. Mike, thanks for coming on.
you, too.
You're welcome. You know what I mean? Anytime.
Yep.
Anytime.
for the people in Ward 12.
Not every time, Mike.
Yeah, yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
For the people in Ward 12, if you want to get a sign on your lawn, just hook me up on Facebook. And I'll be glad to shoot over there
Yeah,
and
yeah,
put a
on
sign
the-
on your lawn out there. This Saturday, big announcement for Joel Elber. We'll be kicking off his campaign, and I'll be hitting the Ward 12 starting Saturday.
Beautiful.
Yep, he's going to move there first, though.
And hopefully Friday the signs will be ready. So Joel will be all set to go by Saturday.
Well,
So, T, you have a T-ism. Before you do your T-ism,
Yes.
can you end your? We're going to end the show with your T-ism.
Oh, great.
I want to thank my cousin Steve Markey, Kevin Markey, and everybody else that came on tonight. So, wow,
we'd like
awesome,
to end
awesome
it-
to see you guys tonight. Thanks.
Thank-
It's good to see you in
Good to
town,
see you.
man.
I want to be a guest sometime.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
please.
without a doubt. We got to have you.
Next time I fly up.
The
Yeah.
Marquis Bros.
Yeah.
Well, this is called the barbecue.
All right.
I heard a burp and looked to see. It was a short girl wiping her mouth on a sleeve. I chuckled to myself and thought of belching back, but I didn't because I shouldn't do a burp attack. So I waited till later, after a burrito or two, then snuck up behind her and gasped that young shrew. Her eyes wide open. She looked so surprised. Wasn't sure if it was the sound or how it affected her eyes. But wait, I did not. I moved through the crowd. The smell of that rot makes a man proud. The
What'd you think of that, Mike?
Thank you very much.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's,
Teaism, man.
Yep.
Teaism.
All right, you ready to wrap it up?
Thanks for the award again, too. I
You
love
know-
this. Thank you again.
We can wrap it up.
You deserve it, T. For 2 years, you're hard working.
Paul Cormier,
And,
Paul Cormier got one too because
Right,
he worked.
yes, yeah.
He worked hard on that
He's done
intro
a lot.
for us, and
He's done a
I
lot.
wanted to thank him too. He got the award. It was it was like the Grammy Awards before the actual ceremony.
Exactly.
Hey, before we sign off, a big shout out to the Pint.
Laura and Karma, of course, she's watching the show tonight. So very nice.
Panucci's.
Scotty's at Pappy Pizzas, Panucci,
Millie's.
yes.
And
so hi to
Michelle
the gang.
and Justin at McGarvey's, the best karaoke in the world.
I'll even say hi to the Wild Rover.
Yeah, the Rover's coming out.
Well, nice.
Well, that's another one there.
So,
Listen, it's a hot summer, sultry night. Don't get in trouble. It's hot out there. Stay cool, Manchester. For
Mud
Joe.
Bowl! Don't forget the Mud Bowl in September. We'll get back to you on that. Rock on!
see you next time.